Imagine if India's infrastructure was a person. By now, it would have moved from being a shy, underconfident teenager to a bustling, somewhat chaotic adult, with ambitions to become the next global superstar. But here's the twist. 90% of this superstar is still in the making. Will it ever finish its transformation, or are we just in for a long, hilarious ride? Let's dive into the comedy of errors and triumphs that is India's infrastructure development.
Intelligence Studio. Do subscribe and like the video.
Did you know that commuters have paid a staggering rupees 2.1 trillion in tolls on national highways since the year 2000? And guess what? Private corporations have pocketed rupees 1.4 trillion of it. Yes, you heard that right. Our highways are not just roads, they're gold mines for some. From the Golden Quadrilateral in 2000 to now, India's national highway network has nearly tripled to 146,000 kilometers. But hold your horses, the Bharatmala project, which was supposed to be the next big thing, got shelved faster than you can say red tape. How fast can you drive on these new highways? Well, with the addition of GPS-based toll plazas, you might not even need to slow down to pay. The growth in highways has not only connected remote areas but also sparked a boom in automobile ownership. It's like the country decided to play a nationwide game of who can drive the farthest. But, with all this growth, there's one thing that hasn't changed. The infamous Indian road rage. More roads mean more opportunities for epic honking battles. The road to success is always under construction. Here, success might well be the elusive state where you can drive from Delhi to Mumbai without hitting a single pothole. Since 2000, the median compound annual growth rate, (CAGR), of national highway tolls is 12%. That's more predictable than the weather forecast in India. This expansion can be compared to the Roman road network, which, while revolutionary in its time, didn't have the luxury of toll booths or speed limits. The Intelligent Transport Systems, ITS, pilot projects in cities like Mumbai and Bengaluru, aiming to reduce traffic jams, because if you can't beat the traffic, you might as well study it. Only 231 kilometers of new railway tracks per year since 2000? If this was a race, the train would be walking. Will India's first bullet train, set to zip at 280 kilometers per hour, make it in time for the next century, or will it be stuck at the station with a chaiwala? The Vande Bharat trains have given a new speed to Indian travel, making us feel like we're living in the future. However, with every new train, there's an old one breaking down, reminding us of the good old days when punctuality was just a suggestion. The railway system is the backbone of India, as said by Jawaharlal Nehru. If that's true, then India's backbone might need a chiropractor, considering the frequent derailments. The route length of Indian railways is now 68,584 kilometers, but at this rate, we'll need a time machine to see significant growth. Similar to the slow pace of expansion seen in the early days of the Trans-Siberian Railway, where the vastness of the land seemed to dwarf human ambition. From labor-intensive operations to tech-driven giants, Indian ports have had a glow-up, but can they keep up with the global supply chain dance? With plans to invest 54 trillion rupees to be among the top 5 shipbuilding nations, can India's maritime sector navigate through the stormy seas of international politics? We'll invest 54 trillion rupees to be among the top 5 nations in shipbuilding by 2047, says Sarbananda Sonowal. That's a lot of money. It's like saying we're betting our entire piggy bank on becoming the cool kids of the maritime playground. Container throughput at Indian ports has increased from about 3 million TEUs in the late 90s to over 15 million by 2024. The Sagarmala project's push towards port-led development is trying to make ports the heart of industrial corridors rather than just gateways. From just 3,568 weekly domestic flights in 2000 to 22,484 today, India's skies have gotten a lot busier, or should we say, noisier. With Indigo and Air India ruling the skies, will we see a new airline rise or just more stories of airlines crashing and burning? Air travel has become so accessible you can now fly for the price of a decent meal, if you're lucky, and book in advance. But don't forget, with every new airline there's a story of another one going bankrupt. Air India and Indigo together control over 90% of the domestic market, making it a duopoly in the sky. Similar to the boom in aviation post-World War II in the US, where new airlines sprouted like mushrooms after rain, only to face the same harsh realities of business. Niti Aayog CEO says 90% of India is yet to be built for a $30 trillion economy by 2047. So we're just starting the party, or still setting up the venue? With mega projects like the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, are we dreaming too big, or just right for the future? The vision of seamless trade routes from India to Europe sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. But with every grand plan, there's the reality of delays, cost overruns, and the occasional political upheaval. Infrastructure development is not just about building, it's about redefining India's future, says an optimistic expert. But at what cost?
And do subscribe to the channel